Okay, welcome. Idioms, English idioms. We use them to exaggerate. This is a great example. If you've got a lot on your plate, somebody said, oh, it means you're busy. No, it means you're very, very, very busy. It's all about exaggeration. To have a lot on your plate means you're really busy at the moment. If you're feeling under the weather, it could mean that you're feeling sad and depressed, or it could mean that you're just feeling ill and sick. Now, when you look like death warmed up, you're very pale and white. You're really sick or very, very tired, like you haven't slept for a week. You really don't feel well at all. Now, if you've been burning the candle at both ends, thanks for this, Clarice. I'm getting a lot of good words from Clarice today. It means you're overdoing everything. You're staying up really, really late at night, studying or maybe even partying, and you're burning the candle at both ends. It's usually to do with study, but it can be to do with partying as well. If you run out of steam, you're absolutely exhausted. You've got no more energy left. This is a fixed expression. If I have an expression with an exclamation mark, you can just say that specific expression. It's all Greek to me. It means I don't understand a thing. And this is a really important point. Some of our idioms are fixed. You can just say, oh, it's all Greek to me. Oh, it's not my cup of tea. But some of them have got verbs in them that need to change dependent upon the context. So I could say, oh, I feel under the weather. He feels under the weather. Yesterday he felt under the weather. But this one is all Greek to me. Oh, it's all Greek to him maybe. But usually we only use it to talk about ourselves. So if somebody's not your cup of tea, you don't really like it, and I really like this, it's not your thing. I like that, thank you. To be like chalk and cheese is to be very, very different from each other. Completely different hobbies, thoughts, feelings, personality, opinions, everything. Really different. To be hunky-dory means to be great. David Bowie had a great album. I don't know if you know David Bowie. Hunky-dory is the name of that album. It means to be great. Ups and downs, if you're having ups and downs, you've got ups and downs, you're having good and bad moments. To give somebody the cold shoulder, well done, you got the word. To ignore them, I don't want to speak to that person. You just, no, if they speak to you, just go, no, don't want to speak to you, and just, that's it. You completely ignore them. Don't cry over spilt milk is, I love this word, thanks Clarice, this is so good. Don't lament about the past, just accept and move on. I really like that. Okay, over here. We struggled with our chips today. You like going to McDonald's, you love your chips, but when it talked about these chips, we had some problems. To be a chip off the old block is to be similar to that person in looks and personality. And we talk about this when we talk about the son of the father. The son is a chip off the old block. Or that the daughter is a real chip off the old block. She's so similar to her mum in looks, in personality, in the way she eats her food, in her mannerisms, so many different things there. To have a chip on your shoulder is to really be angry. And it's like, if you've got a chip on your shoulder, everything is annoying. You know, oh, this water's not warm enough, oh, my pen's rubbish, this thing never works. Everything around you, you feel really negative about it because you've got a chip on your shoulder. To call a spade, well done, to be direct, to say it as it is, and well done for this word as well. Straightforward, direct, to say things as they are. To beat about the bush. Now this is an interesting one because we had some agreements about this. So let me explain. To beat about the bush is to digress. It's when you don't get to the point. It's all about when you need to confront a situation with somebody and you want to speak to them, but instead you go, right, I really need to write, how are you? Are you okay? How are things? It's slightly different to procrastinating. Procrastinating is more to do with not doing something and doing something else instead. Like, you know, you need to study for exams, but instead you just want to watch one more episode of that great TV series. Yeah, you're smiling because you understand exactly what I'm saying. This is more to do with talking and confronting a situation with words than doing things. So that's really interesting. I never thought about that before. Thank you. To have a change of heart means to change your decision, or yes, another idiom, to change your mind, to change your decision. Thank you for that. To bite the bullet is to finally do something challenging. You know it's going to be difficult, so you're digressing or you're procrastinating, but then finally you go, right, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to speak to him. I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm really going to study for this exam. It's to really finally do it. And finally, to be out of your depth, to be out of your comfort zone, to be in the wrong place. And this is when you're feeling fear, challenge, discomfort. It's like something's not quite right here. And I use my example of music theory. I'm a music teacher, singing teacher, but I don't know anything about the theory bit. I can just teach people how to be in harmony and choirs and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes something you'll really feel out of your depth and it's just like too much for you and you start to feel challenged. Thank you for this, great work.